Evan and Billy for you. Excellent. We're excited. Evan and Billy, you're on with James Lewis. Good morning. Hey, James, how you doing, brother? Doing great. We're excited to have you all as guests on our show today. Our guests today are the front men from Biohazard. Our guests today are the lead vocalist and bassist, Evan Seinfeld, and rhythm and guitarist and vocalist, Billy Graziadei. We are so excited about having you guys on. We're looking forward to discussing their new single, Forsaken, from their album, Divided We Fall. Guys, thank you for joining us today. James, thanks for having us. It's my pleasure. Evan, Biohazard has come a long way since the early days in Brooklyn, New York in 1987. How has the music changed? How has it evolved over the years? Well, I think the whole point is it made a circle right back to where it started from. And hence the new album, Divided We Fall, was, I felt like in our search for inspiration, it was kind of like, I forget if it was Rocky 2 or Rocky 3 when Apollo brings him back to the hood to train with the hungry fighters. I think getting out on the road really inspired us, just to make music from our hearts that moves the crowd. And I think there's a simplicity in there's a mastery in simplicity in what we do. But I think that's the point. We got kind of 1993 in a bottle, and we're just hammering on it. Nice. That's awesome. You're right. That is Rocky 3. That's when he fights Glover Lang, and oh, it's a heck of a fight, and it's a heck of a movie. It sounds like so. Basically, you're bringing back the feel and the intensity of 1993. Thank you. You should be a spokesperson for us. Oh, that'd be awesome. It'd be my pleasure. I was going to say, you guys, your music's so wonderful. I mean, I just love your passion and your commitment to the music. And like you said, how, shoot, you're going back to the old school, you're going back to the classic. And that's the nice thing is there are a lot of bands that are, saying they're doing that, but you guys are actually following through on it. Thanks. So, yeah. Oh, and its record, just maybe because we're on tour for 3 years, playing a lot of classic Biohazard songs, and went in the studio with Matt Hyde, but he captured that live energy and put it down on vinyl. And it's the first time in a long time, if not ever, that we captured that really brought the quality of the music in par with the level of the energy that we're known for being on stage in the live environment. So it sounds like, shoot, of course, the energy was there, but having someone, a producer like Matt, who's able to capture it, like you said, is quite important. I mean, sometimes you work with the wrong folks and it just doesn't come out right. But what do you feel? Do you feel it was like a really good connection with him? That dude brought that bottle individually, collectively. Um, One of the most poignant things he said to me and said to us was, just be about it. Just everybody loves you from these records. Just don't overthink it. Just do what you guys do. You invented something unique and special. Be that band. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just be you guys. And we did. It was very easy for us. And we captured a record that captured an energy that sums up what everybody likes about the band, and most importantly, what we like about the band. And that's the bottom line. You gotta like what you do. Definitely. And I appreciate the humility there with, saying that you don't recreate the wheel. However, it really feels like your music has recreated the wheel. I mean, has reinvented music because you take so many genres and mix them together to create a sound that is uniquely biohazard. I mean, that is phenomenal. There's not a lot of bands that can morph
into the different genres and kind of blend them together. How are you able to do that?
I think it's just organic. I don't think there's any real. I think the reason you speak about it the way you do is because it's just an organic thing. Music we grew up on influenced us, and I don't think we're ever trying to like, hey, let's make that song more hip hop or more metal. It's just, is it good or is it not? And there's no, in the soup that is Biohazard, there's no, bouillon cube that you can buy for the flavor. It requires, four guys with attitudes. You know?
The thing I always think is the most important, not just the fact that the music is so intense and so right on, but it is your lyrics and just how you care about social issues. Obviously, that's not just something you throw in there. Those are things that you're passionate about. What are some of the main topics you are currently most passionate about?
Life. I think we've all watched the world change so much. Some of the topics that I think the most prominent topic is just life in general, how everything affects us. We've always shared what our experiences were going through certain situations, dealing with certain things, and those are realistic issues. We don't pull any punches, but I think that what people love and like about us is that we call it how it is. We're not worried about offending anybody, pissing people off. We just speak our mind, and it is what it is.
So, Evan, I'm sorry. So, Evan, some bands, oh, I was going to say some bands pick their singles because they're the best song on the album. Others pick them because it best represents the album. How does Biohazard pick your singles?
The truth is, we love all the songs on the album, and I don't think it really mattered to any of us. Like, you could start anywhere on this record, and it'll take you down the rabbit hole of, of Biohazard. But, we thought Forsaken was natural because we started playing that one live just to test it out, and it got such a great crowd reaction. We shot a video on tour for it, and it just became the first single. We never really thought about it, and we were on an interview earlier today, and Billy was saying exactly that. Like, we're not a band who writes out the marketing plan and figures out what we think is going to take traction. We just go by the feel, man. And Forsaken was the first single and getting a lot of love. And we just released "Fuck the System," which is kind of ironic to have a radio single that you can't say on the radio. But that shows you how calculated we are. Our single is called "Fuck the System." So, but we appreciate your support, man. Really, it means a lot to us because we had such a long time away from this, and we didn't know how this was going to be received. We just wanted to play some shows, and here we are talking about a new album and a new tour and radio. So I'm just humble and grateful to be here, bro.
That is awesome. I was going to say, speaking of the tour, it's bittersweet here in Cincinnati. On one hand, we're disappointed we don't have a tour stop yet, but we're in hopes because I was going to say, shoot, I got several venues that I know would love to have Biohazard there. But the good news is Indianapolis, Indiana, October 4th. Our fans can travel up there and see you all perform live.
That's at the Hi-Fi Annex, and we can't wait to be there. Don't worry, though. We love Ohio. Be there. There's the three C's. Like, pretty close to our heart. We played playing here in that awesome state for so many years. We'll be there. But for those who can't wait, come to Indianapolis at the Hi-Fi Annex. That's October 4th.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show. Wonderful venue. So you mentioned you'd started incorporating some of the tracks from the Divided We Fall into your set list already. But with that big show on October 4th, and I can imagine, like you said, you don't do a lot of planning. You kind of, just live the moment. But how do you plan on integrating the new tracks from that album along with some of your hits like Punishment, Judgment Night, Shadows of the Gray, and just, I mean, it sounds like incorporating all that into one concert is going to be amazing.
You know what, James? Forsaken, which I appreciate the support you. I know you've been spinning it. That was the first song we put on live set, and it usually in the past we played the song, everybody stopped, energy, a little bit of momentum, and people kind of cross their arms and they sit back and they want to hear the song. With Forsaken, that never happened. It was like, oh, it fit right in with classic Biohazard songs that we're playing. And like the rest of the record, it's going to have the same effect. It seems to work, but these songs, obviously they're heavier and production wise and more in your face. It captures the live energy in different ways than Perfect State of the World Address did. But the songs as staple Biohazard songs fit right in there, so there won't be many missteps at the show.
Well, guys, it has been a pleasure. Evan, Billy, we are excited about the tour. We're excited about the October 4th, and we can't wait. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent. That was Biohazard, Evan Seinfeld, Billy. Even practiced this before the Graziadei. Anyway, it's been a pleasure having the two guys on. Really nice guys, and really cool album. I mean, it's very intense. Like they said, it is very old school of theirs. It definitely feels like a Biohazard record. It's not, you know, how some bands over the years they change and they don't remember their roots, but these guys definitely remember their roots. And it has been a pleasure talking with you all today.